Hello, hello. Mic check. Maybe it was my phone the whole time. Maybe it was my phone the whole time. Now we're not lagging. Maybe it was my phone the whole time. Now we're not lagging. Okay. I think we're good now. I think we're good, folks. So we got the Blake Stone show here. This is very impromptu. I thought I would just get on here and get lit until I find something to say. Now I did take some notes. I have a few things to talk about.
Until I find something to say.
Sweet, we are in good shape. Yeah. Let's see if we can center this a little bit. My room's a fucking mess. Okay. Let's do some bong rips. Oh, I gotta change the water in this motherfucker. Hold on. Hold on, folks. Hold on. This is pre-show. Come in, Molly. You wanna come in, Molly? Come here. Okay, sorry about that. Pre-show. We got our ashtray here and a bunch of toothpicks. We might stick to this bong for the whole show. Maybe if I feel adventurous, I'll get a bong off the shelf. I really don't have a big bong collection. Just a few I've collected over the years. I would like something better. I used to have this bong made by a brand called MIO. And I would just call it Mio, just because I like the sound of it. And yeah, this shit would those MIO bongs were great. They really did a fantastic fucking job. Oh, I don't know if I want to plug this in. It's got a mic attached to it. Well, I got these torn up Sennheiser headset. Maybe I'll use it if I have to. Let's do a bong rip finally. Toothpicks, yo. If you're a stoner and you don't have toothpicks and also Q-tips, you fucking up. You gotta get both of those items. I think I'm going to share this on Twitter. Share on Twitter. Hashtag podcast. Hashtag PKA. Fucking tagging them and everything. Open up Twitter. Change accounts. All right. All right, we tagging mofos. All right. So we're doing a little bit of a bong rip pre-show. I'm getting, my phone's getting a little bit hit. Oh, I gotta. Okay. Who's in the who's in the chat? Someone say something in the chat. By the way, well, fuck. Now it's not. Why is it everything just fucking vanishes right when I need it? Swear to God. Okay, fuck this. Whatever. So we're gonna clean up this bowl piece real good here. I have it's an actual torch laying around. So here it is. So this motherfucker, it's by a brand called Oliva, not Olivia, but Oliva, and Oliva. I don't know what that even means. It's just real good for getting your shit crazy hot. Like if you do shatter, if you're hitting the shatter, hitting the oils, the concentrates, this thing is going to be very useful to you. All right, that's better than nothing, I suppose. So we're gonna warm up with a bong rip. Some of this flour has been sitting in jars for a while, so I don't know how bad I'm gonna die when I hit it. We can man, these blue snowballs are real pieces of shit. I tell you what. This is the cheap version of the blue snowball. This is blue ghetto or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But, oh shit! Dropped the mic on accident. Oh, drooling. Sorry, folks. All right. Let's talk about what's been going on in my life. So, let's just start off with this whole Trump shit. Like the 2024 political bullshit. Now, I kind of tend to be a moderate. I tend to view a lot of this political shit as just nonsense. I lean a little bit left, but I tend to not share a lot of views with either of the politicians that we have to pick from. So, the thing that I butt into is everyone's like, oh, well, if you don't agree with me on this position, then you must be the complete opposite, or, you know, you're some kind of far lefter or far righter, and I just kind of take from both sides where it makes sense. As for Biden, even though I tend to lean a little left, he's been awful. You know, people, you say things like the economy has been garbage under Biden, and they go, oh, well, the economy's bad all over the world. You know, it's not just us that's, you know, governing the economy. But I'm gonna get a lamp turned on in here. It's so fucking dark. But I dare to say that we have a lot to say about what's going on with the economy, and for these left-wingers to just be like, whatever about it, to just be like, well, we have no effect over it. You know, they act like, well, Biden could not have any why do they not realize the United States has a lot to say about the global economy. We have a lot. We affect it in one way or another. And don't get me wrong, like, oh shit. Don't get me wrong, like we have man, I'm already getting stoned. I don't understand all the ins and outs of economics. I don't fully understand how the president can affect prices around the world. I'm not fully educated on that, but I know that we can do things like sanctions and tariffs and things of this nature. And if you do them right, they do benefit the country, and they can help us dodge a war. But man, like, everything's so fucking expensive, and prices have gone up triple, 3-4 times. There's that video of the guy who was like, look at my old grocery bill. I rebought everything. He just clicked the rebuy cart or whatever, buy it again for the whole cart. And it went from like $100 to $400, right? So something's up. And I know that we didn't have all these economic problems under Trump. And like, as bad as Trump was, like, he would work on things, even if what he did sucked. Like, the Democrat solution is always to do just nothing. Just make excuses, say that we're, whatever, the global economy is not the United States responsibility, or it's not our fault, and just not take any, responsibility for anything. Like, what's the president supposed to do? Like, what's his, like, is he just supposed to watch the world burn? Like, is that his plan? Because that's what the Dems are doing. Jesus Christ, I'm bad at talking to myself, you guys. But where was I going with this? And the thing with Biden is he's been falling off for his entire presidency. I believe that his condition has been obvious. We have been talking about it for years. We've been making fun of this guy, Sleepy Joe, whatever. I think that was Trump's thing from before the election. It's kind of sad for him. It seems like he doesn't know that his cognitive decline is a thing. And I think that people are doing a lot of his writing for him. He's not posting the tweets himself that are saying, oh, I'm going to drop out of the race, I'm going to give it to Kamala, blah, 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 blah. He's not writing any of that. And so let's rewind a bit. We've been watching him flounder for the past few years, the whole his whole campaign. He's rapidly got worse, but I think you could see the writing on the wall day one. But people the people that like him. I don't fucking know why. This mic is way too hot. Let's drop that a little bit. I don't know why. Hindsight's 2020, but it's clear now he's done a bad job. So if you rewind to the beginning, or the first, let's go 2022. At that point, how many people were still pretending like he wasn't fried? And then, so, as I've been poorly saying, we've been watching him bumble around and not find his way off stage and fail mid-sentence. Just, what was I saying? Try to recover and just can't. So campaign or debate day comes, and I'm waiting for debate day like he's gonna have a really fucking hard time talking. Man, my shoulders are kind of developed here. what's going on here? I was distracted by my luscious arms. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. It was clear that he was lost, right? More lost than I'm right now. It was clear what was going to happen was going to happen. It was coming. Whether So, the day comes for the debate, and of course Biden does I thought he did a better job than I expected. I thought the whole thing would be him bumbling and not being able to put together a sentence. So he got a few sentences out. But I saw it coming a mile away, and it happened, and I was like, yeah, that's Biden. And then I see social media that evening, and then especially the next day. Oh my God, Biden is brain dead. What has happened? How have we gotten here? What has become of Biden? And I'm like, we've been bullying him about his lack of mental faculties for 3 years solid minimum. We've been giving him shit. And he's been getting worse every day. And it's sad, but I'm giving him shit because he's supposed to be running the free world, or however you want to say it. He's supposed to be running one of the I don't know how to articulate the countries, the country's status, but like we're way up at the top when it comes to countries that have an effect on the global everything. And so I don't remember where I was going with that. But it was obvious it was coming. It was fucking obvious. And I mean, I think it just goes to show you how many people don't pay attention at all. At all. Like they live under a fucking rock. And don't get me wrong, I'm very passionate about my ability to say I'm not one of these motherfuckers on the internet all day who has time. Like I got into the PKA hangout, and I was trying to talk to Woody's gamer tag about the Dr. Disrespect thing, and I said, well, is there evidence for this? Because all I've seen is the tweets accusing him. And he got real pissed at me. He was like, oh, all these people said it happened, and so how can you say you need more evidence? And I was like, hey man, I don't get on the internet particularly often. I watch shorts for like an hour with my coffee, and I leave the house. Most days that's my fucking life. So I'm not one of these people that just sits in front of the computer all day and absorbs the internet. Like it'll make you retarded. So I know the dog's going fucking crazy. So where was I going with this? I got it back. Fuck, I'm high, man. One bong rip and I'm already falling apart. I'm gonna remember what I was. Fuck, I completely lost the thread. That's okay. That's how the show is gonna go. This is how it's gonna go, and we're gonna push through. But the whole Biden situation, I saw it coming a mile away. The fact that, oh yeah, I remember where I was going with all that. The fact that I don't pay attention to politics, and that Biden's bumbling up there on stage was coming, and that it was obviously coming. That the fact that half the country, it seemed, at least got blindsided by it. Like, what? What the fuck? Biden's confused. When did Biden become so? It's baffling. It's motherfucking baffling that these people just didn't see it coming. I thought he did better than he could have. Honestly, he did better than I expected. We can't. I mean, he's already been thrown out of the race, by the DNC. They forced him to, against his wishes. And I found that part to be a little bit sad. Like, I have a grandma who's like 95, and she doesn't really notice that she's lost it. She's not aware of how mentally gone she can be. And I can see that in Biden, where maybe he's like, I can do this, and he doesn't know he can't do it. And that part's sad. I find that part to be actually kind of sad. I can focus this and make it better, maybe. Oh, God. This is a new webcam I haven't really fucked with. But I think it's sad. But at the same time, my I'm looking at my forehead. My pity only lasts for so long when this guy has been doing a terrible job keeping this sinking ship afloat. Like, I don't know that the country's ever been worse off. And now I'm no expert on politics and all that, but it's hard to find a time since the Great Depression that we were worse. And Biden's been giving all the money away to Ukraine and Israel and everyone else. Why do we get involved in every other country's problem? Now, I get it with Israel and Ukraine to a point. What would happen if we didn't get involved? I don't know. But personally, I think we need to rewrite our relationship with a country like Ukraine, and especially a country like Israel, because Israel's not popular with the world. They have not been popular. They have not been liked by the majority of the first world. The don't get me wrong. If someone attacks you, you have a right to defend yourself. But Israel's not liked, mostly because, in my opinion, whenever you ask someone about Israel, I think most of the time there's some religious tinge to a person's relationship with Israel. And I don't think religion should have anything to say about this, except for the obvious effects it has on, because it's the Middle East and the Bible and the Quran, yada yada. But we should only have fact-driven answers when it comes to how to run these countries. And I think a lot of religious people believe that Israel can do no harm. I think they believe that Israel is like God. They believe that Israel's they're God's chosen people, no matter what. Especially the Christians I hang out with. Like, let's keep it real. They will stick with Israel no matter what, because of their relationship with the Bible. And I don't know, man. I don't really get it anymore why so many Christians are always, not all of them, but it's almost a guarantee that they'll be on Israel's side no matter what they do. And I just look at the facts and what's going on, and I think Israel's going too hard. I think they've been going too hard every time. But this one's real bad. But on the other hand, I hate to give PKA any credit, but I think Kyle kind of convinced me, not convinced me, but he kind of helped to round out my opinion. Like, if you want to win a war, man, I might lose a lot of people. No one fucking follows me, so who am I going to lose? Like, how do you win a war without just going fully scorched earth on the people that attacked you? Like, if this is going dark, I don't think anyone should live this way. But let's say you're like okay, well, I'll use a movie because this movie will work. There's this movie called Blue Ruin, and you see crime happen like this all the time where someone kills another family. Everyone's in a family, so someone commits a murder, and then their family goes to war with the other family. I guess I don't need to bring up Blue Ruin to make, but I recommend everyone watch Blue Ruin. Get scared high, as Harley would say, and watch Blue Ruin. But how do you win a fight without just eradicating all of them? You know, like if you leave some around, they're going to repopulate and regroup, and they're going to have plenty of time to be pissed as hell and form a plan against you. So if you want to protect you and your own, how do you do that without just erasing everybody and everything associated with them, with the people that hurt you? Like if I wanted to feel safe, like if someone kicked in my door, killed a member of my family, and they got away, and I saw who it was, and I knew where they were, and if I wasn't concerned with going to jail, this is all in an imaginary circumstance. I have never done anything crazy because I'm concerned about consequences, but it would be that guy and everybody he knows that they would be on my list. Because if I do him, then everybody else that he knows is going to be trying to do me. So look at war. It's just that on a larger scale. So if I go over there and break his nose, walk away, they're probably going to come by and shoot up my house. So how do you win a fight if the stakes are, you know, life and death without just going all the way? So I can see someone taking that with Israel. It's brutal. I'm not saying which way I go with that, but think about it. So that's the Republican some Republicans' argument for Israel is like, how do you win a war without going real hellish and taking them all out? How do you win a war without doing that? But then there's a humanitarian in me where it's like, if you gotta, you know, blow up some people, do enough to make it hurt and then back off. Doesn't sound like a good way to stop them from hitting you again, but that's kind of how war is fought these days. And that's like the publicly accepted way to take care of it. But I don't, as far as the United States, I think we need to cut ties with Israel. You know, I don't know, unless they're providing us oil, unless they're providing us some kind of needed resources that we need to be, to keep going as a nation. Like, if they ain't giving us shit, then we shouldn't be giving them shit. And our involvement with Israel and our involvement with Ukraine is just like all the other goddamn wars we've been in, where they just make us unpopular, beyond unpopular, potentially more susceptible to attack, or more likely to be attacked because people are mad. Like what? Like if you had a fight going on in your front yard, and it's your, you know, let's say your neighbors are fighting, like people you vaguely know, but this isn't your fight. You get involved, one of those households is gonna fucking hate you. Wouldn't you be better if you just didn't do anything? You know? Like, realistically call the police, but that's not what we're talking about here. Like, just, it's smart to not get involved in other people's drama. Now, when drama finds you and pulls you in, what are you going to do? You know, you got to do something. If violence is on the way, then you should probably just, you know, deal with it. But I don't see how people can just blindly be like, yep, Israel, you know, we love Israel and we're there for them and we're going to give them all of our money. I don't know why I'm turning into Obama. And the Ukraine, I don't really understand our relationship with the Ukraine. I'm kind of ignorant about that, but the only reason that I could see us getting involved with Ukraine is to hurt Putin, because the Democrats hate Putin. And don't get me wrong, Putin, I can't tell if this is on Inside Out or not, frankly. Putin, he's a controversial guy, but I don't know. Is he any better or worse than our leaders? Like, we shouldn't be involved with this Ukraine war. So that's just a few reasons why I have not been a fan of Biden's reign, his presidency. I've not been a huge fan because he's just done a terrible job. I mean, maybe it's just the people behind him that are pushing the buttons because what can he do? But shit, man, he's terrible. And look, as far as Trump goes, say what you will, the reason why people want Trump now is because the Democrats suck so much. And that's why he won in the first place. Because the Democrats suck so much. I think the only reason why Trump didn't win the second time, or why he, man, I'm so high, I can't remember how that last election went. He did his best. Don't get me wrong, Trump, I'm not like a fan of Trump. He clearly pissed off a lot of people, and he walked right up to the line of telling those people to start a riot. Maybe he didn't tell them to go to actually engage in a riot, but boy, he kind of seemed to fan the flame a little bit. But, and all of his kicking and screaming and immature behavior and making fun of that mentally disabled reporter, I'm sorry to use that term, but I don't know what disability he had. But you know, he's like, oh my God, don't know what. He was basically going like that to someone that actually had a real disability, and that's appalling. You know, like there are some things like he could call someone a name and whatever, but to make fun of somebody's, like, it's like racism. You know, it's maybe worse than racism to make fun of people's disability, because like race doesn't hold people back like being handicapped. So, and I think for somebody that probably goes through life and struggles a lot, to pick on them because they're handicapped, like that's real ugly. Like, think of how they must feel. So there was a lot of things that Trump did that made me not like him, but at the end of the day, like, he was thinking of us first. Like, he was thinking of our safety, not all the time. Like, he could have done a much better job, but more than the other presidents, he was thinking of us. Like, I think that whole Muslim ban thing was handled really badly, but like, if you, the less outside influence that America has right now, the better. Look at how Japan operates. Everybody that's going to Japan is fucking with them. And they're pissed about it, and they've shut the doors before, and I wouldn't be shocked if they do it again. I'm not anti-immigrant, but right now I think less is more. Our economy is we have a hard time feeding our own. You know, more population's a bad thing right now. It's not. My city has gotten a lot worse, I think, since all the Mexicans got scared off. Like, they were like, we're not putting up with this fucking war zone. We're out of here. And so the areas I frequent, like, it's just really hard to find good food now. Like, and especially good Mexican food. A lot of those restaurants left. I think immigrants contribute to a society in a lot of ways. I think especially Mexican people, they're good with agriculture. They're good with, look, let's just be dicks about it. Like, you want good workers that have a skill and do it right and do it well and work hard. These guys that cut yards, like the yards that I've seen that they maintain, it's not always just pushing the lawnmower. They trim these bushes to the T. So immigrants, and I talk about Mexicans because they're the ones I'm most familiar with. I don't know much about the rest. I'm sorry. There's not a lot to choose from here. It's white people and Mexicans, and then the population, everyone else, the numbers get real small. But I think immigrants contribute a lot to this country. But man, I've seen the machete murders, man. I've seen the Twitter videos. Like, I know what's real and what's not real. I don't get caught up in the far left and the far right talking their bullshit, like the conspiracy theories. Like, I don't get into that, but you got to vet people before you let them in. I've seen the lines of people pouring into this country. There's no way we vet all those people. Like, right now, I think we need to lock the door. Like, if you were here before, you can come and go. But, like, we just need to stop giving away everything to everybody else for a minute. Regroup. Fucking, I don't know. It doesn't seem like we're checking people at the border like we should be, with these lines of people that are pouring in. And I feel the same way locally about my city. Like, I don't care where you're from. I don't want you moving here. I don't. We are full. The traffic here blows. Like, that's the way I view the rest of the country. It's like, more population is not helpful right now. Our cities are full. We're fucking overpopulated. We don't need more people. I don't care where you're from. And I'm sure I would love to get on a Skype chat and have a friendly conversation with any of these people and shoot the breeze. I'm not an unfriendly guy, but at some point you got to think of yourself. America needs to start. I hate that I'm like becoming one of these America First people, because I don't align with them politically, really, but we got to think of ourselves for once, and no one's doing that. We're thinking of every other fucking country in the world except for the United States. Granted, if you drop bombs in a country, maybe you should be there for them. If you contribute to war in foreign countries, maybe you're stuck with helping them, which is another reason why we need to just stop being involved with the rest of the world and stay here and focus on our local issues. So, anyway, that's enough fucking politics. I'm really just trying to pad out this podcast because I don't have a lot to talk about. So I've been playing with the Oculus Quest recently. I got a Quest 3. And I think it's time for another bong rip. So the Quest 2, obviously VR headset. You might have heard of it. If not, Google it. Something it lacked was real pass-through. Like, it had this crappy black and white, grainy pass-through. Really was not good for you to do anything with it. It was just there so you didn't run into your TV. You painted circles, and then as you get closer to the edge, the barrier shows itself. You don't put your fist through your TV. Now you got full pass through. I think the camera is okay. I would have liked a better camera on that thing, but it's fine for what you're using it for. I've been playing a little bit of Drop Dead the Cabin or something like that. I don't know the full name. Drop Dead Cabin. Drop Dead the Cabin. That's what it's called. And I actually got. Oh, maybe we can. I don't want to play a video on here because I know how YouTube can be, but just look up gameplay for it. In fact, you'll find gameplay for it on this here YouTube channel. So just look at my new videos if you want to see gameplay. But what this game does is it kind of turns your home into Call of Duty Zombies. Like you have some windows and then you have some steel doors, and the zombies will come and bang on the door, and the door will be dented up. It'll start coming through like Jiffy Pop, pop through. And so you gotta like blast these fucking zombies through the windows. Where'd my video go? But you gotta shoot the zombies through the windows and through the doors as long as you can before they start actually making it through. And between each wave, they give you new guns. So maybe I just need to play longer, but I haven't. I have not experienced many guns in the game. There's a revolver. There's a 1911 pistol. Pistol with a slide. The one that they used in World War II. There is a sawed-off. It's a break-action shotgun. You break it down. You put your shells in. There's a submachine gun and an assault rifle. So 2 pistols and then kind of one of a few different weapon classes. Maybe there's more guns coming. I haven't seen a new gun in a while. I hope there's more guns coming because I'm already kind of getting a little bored with what they're giving me. We'll just start with the reloading. The reloading in this game is kind of a problem. Combined with, and I don't know why, but my fucking Quest 3 controllers love to just, they'll lose connection. So like I'll push the button and the buttons work, but the laser part just stops working. The part where I need to shoot something just stops working. Most of the function stops working. We'll just say that. Enough of it. And it really blows when it does this in the middle of a game. I don't know if it just does it when my headset starts getting low on juice. This is a new headset. I just got it, so I'm still learning. But yeah, it's anyway, but regardless of that technical issue, reloading's kind of an issue in the game. And they have 3 types of reloading you can do. You can do the arcade style where you point the gun off screen. And that's kind of hard when you're wearing a helmet or a what do you want to call them? Virtual reality headset. That can make it difficult. Pause for bong rip. So that can make it hard. And there's another type where you put the pistol down to your hip and slap your hip with the gun. That doesn't work very well either. The manual reloading method also doesn't work too good. There's no method of reloading in this game that's foolproof and that's easy, and that's kind of an issue. Maybe I need to lower the belt so it's farther away from the gun, so there's more separation. But it's aggravating. That alone almost completely ruins the game. The controls. I think they really need to patch it and improve it. But it's an alright game. Like, it'd be more fun on co-op. You shoot these motherfuckers through the windows and until they break down the doors and break the windows, and I think eventually this big fat fucker will come and he like knocks over a wall, and when he does that, all these dickheads start pouring in, and so it can be a problem because now you no longer have a way to keep out the zombies, even if you were good at keeping your doors up. I kind of wish they did guns the way Call of Duty Zombies does guns, where they just sit on the wall and you throw points. I like spending points. It feels good spending points. But what happens instead is they just give you the gun between the level. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. Fuck, where was I going with this? Fuck, scratch that thought. But I do notice, and maybe it's because, I don't have the biggest living room in the whole world. It's big enough, though. I have a problem with the longer guns sometimes, because the enemies run up in your face, and you gotta, like, pull the gun all the way back to your hip. And I guess this is how it would work in real life, but it kind of gets in the way of fun. When you just can't line up your shot when the zombie is in your face. But it's cool seeing your living room and your windows and shooting these fuckers outside your window. I wish that the game just had full transparency mode, where instead of because it'll have like a fake window and it's like nighttime outside. I kind of wish that I could just like have my front yard and shoot them out there in my front yard. Instead, you're shooting them out there in a fake front yard, and it's Halloween-y and nighttime. Another thing that really I don't like about the game, they have this button you got to push to start the game, and there's a timer that'll count down, and when the timer counts down, you push the button again, and I don't really know what that does, because I just haven't been interacting with that. I just kill the zombies until I can't kill them anymore. But regardless, it's annoying. You push the button you have one line going up and down the line, and then you have a fatter piece of that line that goes too, and you got to put your line on that fat piece of the line in some spot and hit the button. So you just kind of wait for the two things to pass, to line up, and you got to do it 3 times, and each time you nail it, it goes faster. And the last time, it's real fast. And this is just remove all of this and give me a button. Why is this in the game? It's not fun. It's not fun, and you got to deal with VR controls, which are not perfect. I usually use a handgun, and I'm pushing the button like this because I can't just use my hand. It just doesn't work too good. I've tried, and it's very frustrating. And when you fail it like 3 times in a row, you just want to quit the game. Pull this bullshit out of the game if the developer happens to see this video. It's not good. But I think I like the game. I think it's a little too much money for It's $25, right? I think this game should be $20 max. I don't know what it costs to make a game like this, but this game's got some problems that it needs to have fixed. But I like it. I'm enjoying it. I hope it's not getting old quickly, because I'm not feeling the pull quite like I was feeling the first few times I played it. The novelty has worn off very quickly. But I haven't played a lot of Quest games. I beat Resident Evil 4. I thought that was great. It always is. The control in Resident Evil 4 is about as good as these Quest controls can be. Man, I'm nasally. It's a problem with smoking. Fucks with your nose. I tried a little bit of Population 1, but I struggle with these multiplayer shooters on Quest because I'm just bad, man. I'm bad at aiming the gun. I'm bad at just hitting another player with bullets. It's awkward, and I just get my ass kicked. It just doesn't feel as comfortable as a game like Resident Evil 4. Nothing does, even though I'm shooting zombies and not other players. So that is what it is. I can't remember. I tried that Medal of Honor game and had the same problem. Just couldn't kill anybody. Was real frustrated that I spent money on that. I need to play more stuff on there. If you see this video and you want to be Quest buddies, hit me up. We can goof off. What else has happened? I guess I'll talk about this bullshit with my neighbors. So, we've been having a little bit of drama with the neighbors. We had, so some lady comes over from next door at 3 in the morning, and I didn't know any of this happened till the next morning. I don't know why I didn't wake up when the dog was barking. I don't know why I didn't hear her banging on the gate. I must have been baked and passed the fuck out. But yeah, she grabs the gate and just starts banging on it, yelling shit to us in Spanish. It didn't sound good. I know a few swear words, and none of them. There were some swear words in there. I don't know what the fuck. And then her car alarm starts going off. And I was told that someone came running out the backyard through the driveway. I didn't see that on the video, but I believe it. I think someone was breaking into their car. They ended up in our backyard, and we ended up on her shit list real quick because we were associated because they were on our property. They probably thought it was us fucking with them. So I should share this on Facebook. So, I'm not super pissed at them about that, but we need to communicate, be civil about it, because I think there was a big misunderstanding. So today, I wake up at around noon, because I was up till like 4 playing Call of Duty, trying to grind on Season 3 before it ends today, and I find all these broken bottles in the backyard. So I take it to their driveway, and I drop it in the corner of their driveway. I didn't throw it across and make a big mess. I just said, "This is yours. You can't throw this over the fence. Come on, man." So it's a problem. It's a problem, and I want to not have problems with my neighbors, but they got problems with us apparently, then we gotta iron them out. Violence only begets more violence, and that it's I'm too young to die. I'm not going to war. So we just need to be chill about this. But man, it's not okay. It's not okay what's going on. So, how do you deal with it? What else do I have in my notes? What else can I just talk about that I think about? Netflix is out of business. Or excuse me, not Netflix. Um, Redbox, excuse me, is out of business. And you know, I think it's a long time coming. I think that they kind of lost their place in the market. You know, they just didn't didn't evolve, didn't find a way to stay with the times. Because I hadn't seen anyone using those in a while. So I don't know what to say except for, we saw it coming. It's kind of weird, that's just the removal of discs from society. I don't like discs, but I like owning things. I don't like purchasing something on a marketplace that has total control over what I own. I think if they take it away, they got to give you your money back. Like, I think the moment they take it away, that's theft because you paid for it. But the law usually just sides with business, and someone has to go to court, and then consumers have rights again. And it's sad that Best Buy, this is very old news, but Best Buy removed all of their impulsive purchases, all of their digital media, all of the games. I don't know if they're still selling digital cards that you can buy, but I don't understand why you would, what do I know about a storefront? What do I know about how much space something takes up versus how much money it makes? And were they just not moving that software fast enough? I don't know, but like a disc in a case, especially these Blu-rays that everything is now, a PS3 game, Xbox game, they're all Blu-rays. They don't take up space, and if you could sell something for $20, $30, $70, that takes up this much space, an inch or whatever, thick, 4 inches, 5 inches wide. I don't know. I'm bad at measuring. That sounds like a good idea. And then you could, stack a lot of these on shelves, cram a lot into not a lot of space. And I bought Blu-rays there. I bought Blu-rays I didn't even watch. They made money on me just buying stupid bullshit. And not only that, but, they say if you're there for a larger purchase and you have smaller purchases around you, you might grab a hold of some of those smaller purchases as well along the way. But now all they sell is appliances, I guess. So, fuck Best Buy. I'm not going back in. It is fun every now and again to shop for games in a physical store, especially if they have things on sale. I'll buy something on a disc if it's on sale. Are they even going to keep making games on discs? Is this going to motivate video game developers to make a game on disc if they know that all the storefronts that used to hold it are no longer they're not selling their game? Is this just going to motivate them to go fully digital? Not spend the money on discs? I don't know how many games are sold through Amazon on disc. No clue. But regardless, kind of sad that we're turning away from physical media as hard as we can. I want it to be an option. So this is actually pause that. I need more coffee. Bear with me. Okay, I've been thinking a lot about Dragon Ball games in particular. Well, we can talk about the show. I watched, I don't know how much Dragon Ball. A lot of it, I watched it on cable when I was a kid. Um, I was a teen. Maybe I was like 17, 16, 17 at the time. Maybe older. Um, it just is kind of a slow show. And when you gotta wait every week, um, hey James, let me finish this thought and I'll address you. Um, fuck, I lost my train of thought. God damn it! Oh yeah, that show. It's just kind of boring. I mean, I don't want to say it's boring. That's kind of rude. It's not like a bad show, but I think it would have been a lot easier for me to watch streaming it or watching it off a disc. Just playing episode after episode back to back, 20 minutes an episode instead of 30 minutes with the ads. I had to wait a week I had to wait. I think they played it every day, but even every day, it was hard to keep up with their schedule, and so I didn't get through Dragon Ball. I got through Dragon Ball Z because I love Dragon Ball Z, and I eventually. I think I purchased a few seasons. The orange bricks. I need to torrent all of those episodes. Probably shouldn't say that, but I know that I've bought Dragon Ball Z once, and I want to watch it in higher quality. And the Blu-rays are much better; they're not cropped like those DVDs I own. I love Dragon Ball Z. The story is simple. You know, you got the bad guys and the good guys, and there's like a sci-fi angle to it. Like the Dr. Gero stuff was like it was like Terminator, yo. Like everything leading up to the Cell Saga was like Terminator. I guess the Cell was like the Terminator in a way, but what was I saying? Love Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if it's true that Akira Toriyama stopped writing after Cell because I don't like most of what comes after Cell. I think I think Sega Man Saga is pretty cool. I think I guess James, my day has been kind of busy. I'll just say that. We'll get back to you in a minute. I like Sega Man. I like that fight in the desert with Majin Vegeta and Goku. But like Boo just didn't appeal to me at all. Man, that saga went on forever. It was so dragged out and boring. I didn't get into it at all. And I think it's like the same kind of writing that we see for the rest of the Dragon Ball stuff, period, all of it. And I kind of don't like it. Kind of feels the same as I didn't like Dragon Ball GT. I tried to watch that, just said I don't like this. And then Dragon Ball Super has just been hard, man, because some of the writing is so fucking stupid. Like I remember when Goku was squaring off against this guy across the octagon, or their big square thing that they fight on, this big platform. He says something like, what did he say? Oh, look at that. Look at his stance. He must be a great fighter. And all he's doing is just... I don't know. Any decent actor can make a good stance. I don't know. Just a lot of the dialogue is horrible. And another thing is like, man, it's just so dense. There's so much going on with the story all the time. And look, I'll admit, I have a hard time following because I get bored and I zone out. And I think of other things. And then I'm like, whoa, where were we? And I've just missed everything that they talked about. So I'm that guy. Don't get me wrong. But like, man, it really seems like Dragon Ball Super is just... There's just way too much going on with the story. Everybody has a fucking novel going on with their side of their piece of the universe. And it's just half of it I don't care. Half of it's just not very interesting, honestly. Um, I'm not down. I'm not down with. I like Dragon Ball Z because it was simple. There was a good story, but like, oh, I gotta pull these boxers. It was a good story, but it was not all convoluted like Dragon Ball Super has become. I need to get back into it. I need to give the show more of a chance. I don't remember how many episodes I've seen. I think I'm like part way into the Black Goku stuff. It's just, I don't know. I wish I could remember all the things I didn't like about it. Games. Let's talk about games. Call of Duty is probably the big number one for me. Actually, let's address you, James. You still there? You still in the chat? I don't know if he is. We'll give him time. We'll give him time to respond. I need to put my glasses on. I gotta be careful with this fucking coffee. Sarah James, do I know you? Anyway, so what was I saying? Call of Duty is kind of the big one for me, just because you can get in and get out. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's been kind of rough lately in Call of Duty. It's been nice outside. Well, it's been too hot, but it's been summertime, so I have not been motivated to play video games if I have an option to not play video games. It usually rains here, and so I haven't been playing much Call of Duty, partly because of that. And then also, I don't know, this is Modern Warfare 3. Think about that. Modern Warfare 2016, was it 2016? Jesus Christ, if it was that long ago. No, was it 2019? Whenever the first of this new trilogy of Modern Warfare games, whenever that came out. Oh, there's something on the screen. Whenever that came out, that was awesome. Just the pace at which you moved. I thought the reloading was a little too slow, but overall, man, it felt tactical for a Call of Duty game. It's just so they made it a little bit more fast paced with 2, and then a little bit more fast paced than that with 3, and now you're almost running as fast as a Black Ops game. And just, I don't know that Call of Duty Modern Warfare was supposed to be super fast paced. I mean, I think the speed at which the first one moved, I think that's what made it great. That's part of it. So, I don't know. What was I saying? Where was I going with this? So, Modern Warfare 2 comes out, and it just didn't have a lot of content, and then they slowly added shit, and then they did the same thing with 3. And in the man, it just took so long for 3 to get its shit together. I guess both of them did. And so, I don't know. You could have technically just skipped these 2 games as well as skip Vanguard. And, don't get me wrong, 2 and 3 have been playable games. Vanguard and Black Ops 5 were garbage. They were not worth your time. They were just horrible games. They were not good games at all. I really tried to like them. And now, so the last season just ended. Season 3, was it? I don't remember. Maybe season 3 or 4. Whatever it was. It just ended. And it doesn't make me want to get season 4 because, like, I don't know, we got 3 months left. Well, we got 4 months left of this game. I mean, they're gonna have another season. I mean, I'm definitely not getting the one in if it's August, September, yeah, October, yeah, October would be what. So I have to decide if I want to buy the last season because I'm not going to be able to enjoy what's in the season pass for very long. It's almost like they're strong arming me into spending $30 and getting the tier skips, so I can get most of the content immediately, or at least a huge chunk of it. Because, like, unless you grind your ass off and sit in front of the TV all day, how long are you gonna have to enjoy that final season of content? Because you're gonna go right into Black Ops 6 if you're a Call of Duty fan like me. And on top of that, I'm not happy that we're making another fucking Black Ops game. Like, the last one was a piece of shit. I think they need to let it fucking cool off. Like, why? Okay, I know why it's a crime at the Call of Duty company to come up with new ideas in Call of Duty because they'd rather use old ideas. But when you're, and don't get me wrong, I don't know when these plans were formed, but holy shit, is it a bad idea right now to make another Black Ops game because the last one was hated. And Modern Warfare 3 wasn't great. Neither was Modern Warfare 2. They were slim packages, both of them. They're just not thinking big enough right now. I think. I think Call of Duty needs some kind of shakeup. Well, they need to give people something. They need to give people something they want, and it's just. Look, if Black Ops 6 is as good as Black Ops 1, I will shit my pants and be very excited to play more Black Ops. Right now, I'm pissed off with Black Ops. Like, I kind of don't want to play Black Ops 6 at all. But I don't have a lot of time to play video games, so I try to keep Call of Duty in my life because it works 15 minutes at a time. And there's not a lot of multiplayer shooters that appeal to me. I think X Defiant's kind of a piece of crap. I played that. It's just bootleg Call of Duty, and it's not very good. I don't know why anyone plays that. And I play a fair amount of Warzone. I like my Warzone. What can I say? Although most of my time with Warzone is just me hiding in a bathtub with the controller on the table, just bubbling, just doing bong rips. We got to get more people in the chat, man. Maybe I'll share this on, I want to keep this fucking podcast going, Fuck, okay. Stream manager. Is Sarah still with us? I think Sarah left because I accidentally ignored her. Feel bad. Oh well. Stand by, folks. I'm just trying to keep this thing going. I don't know why They don't they don't do autofill for me on Twitter right now. I don't know why it's not doing that. At who should I tweet? MIO. Does Mio have a? I don't know what the Bong company. Anyway. But man, I'm kind of bored with games. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't There's nothing that's really lighting my fire. VR's kind of interesting because it's new and no one wants to innovate right now. But man, I don't know. I don't know what to be excited about when it comes to video games in this moment. I'm thinking what's coming. Like what games are coming up. I do want to play Space Marine 2. That looks good. You know, there's not a lot of shooters that are just fuck up these guys. You know, that's what Space Marine's about. Just shoot all these orcs, but they still find a way to make it fun. Okay, I was just making sure. Hello. Okay, that's good. Sorry about that, folks. Back to Dragon Ball though, because I forgot why I brought that up in the first place. So the last Dragon Ball game they made, The Breakers, I think it was called, real piece of crap. Like, the idea is you're one of the loser weakling characters in the show, and a boss character like Frieza or Cell comes to fuck you up, and you have to work together to defeat him. And no one wanted this. Nobody wanted this game. So it flopped. We'll just say that. And you could look up on Steam how many people are playing it. So the next one's going to be another Budokai Tenkaichi game, which is also... it's funny, in Japan they call it something in English. In America we call it something in Japanese. Maybe so they both seem foreign and exotic. I don't get it. But I don't know I don't think Japan's craving our, naming conventions. I don't get it. But Burst Limit? I forgot what it's called, but they have a new fighting game coming out. It's not a 2D fighting game, it's a 3D arena fighting game. Which it looks good. Don't get me wrong, graphics always look great in these Dragon Ball games. They really kick ass, making good looking cell shaded shit. But like, I don't know. I don't want another one of these right now. Like, I don't know if I ever want another Budokai Tenkaichi game, because I want an MMO. I want something that, I hate to say it, but I kind of want a games as a service multiplayer kind of thing from them. I want a big open world thing. And all their open world games kind of haven't been that. And they haven't made a battle royale. I have no clue why they have not done this. Maybe it's harder than I expect, but like, this will work fine for them, I guess, because their bread and butter is the fighting game community. But I just, it seems like they're leaving a lot of money on the table. Maybe they feel like they've struck out trying to make some big multiplayer thing, but like, I don't think any of their shit's been a big open world where you run into other players. I don't think that's ever been on their to-do list when they make a game. Maybe I'm wrong, though. But I kind of want something more modern from Dragon Ball right now. Or maybe make two simultaneous games, like make some MMO thing at the same time you're making this fighting game thing. I do want to play it, but I'd much rather have some multiplayer thing from them, some big open world multiplayer thing. How long have we been going? I have no idea. It doesn't show me anywhere how long we've been running. That's fine. I think that's all we got for today. I think we've been going for like an hour. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be posting this to YouTube as well as it'll go up to Twitch automatically. I gotta do the show here and there. I don't know how often I'll do this. I rarely have something to talk about because I'm busy. But hopefully I come up with something, something in the future. If you could give me ideas, I don't know where you could post them to Twitch. I don't know how you'd kind of leave me like messages on what you might want me to talk about, but need some ideas from the community. But anyway, thanks for coming, everyone. Blake Stone Show, episode 1.